Okay, guys, this is Brandon from Galaxydoc Market. Today is September 17th, 2024. It is Tuesday, the day before FOMC, and it's about 1:20 p.m. Eastern Time as I bring you this video on FOMC. That's all that matters, right? I mean, it is a make it or break it point, and boy, oh boy, I've got something to tell you, and hopefully this will help you in your trading. And of course, is the Fed rug pull incoming? And it is not what you think it is, but you have to be asking this question. As we are doing this video, we have some significant potential pullback, but I'm telling you right now, this whippiness and this quote unquote sell off that is going on today. Hold on one second. I'm going to bring up the chart. So everyone's asking me right now, is this the start? And I don't think so. I believe this is just a pullback, just to fake everybody out. I think we're basically hitting the bottom end. If you look at the SPY down here, right down here, we've just basically had a sharp pullback, and it got pretty impulsive. But all it did was back test into this 560 and 561 support level, and I think it basically sucked in all the bears, and it's just going to be a big bear trap into tomorrow. So I think we're going to go move higher. So there should be a potential long play heading into the FOMC announcement and post FOMC announcement, and we'll go over that in a bit. The big tell though is that the gold hit 2617 and pulled back a little bit. Gold is trying to tell you something, folks, and so this is what's going on right now. And so on the ES, we pulled back a little bit and we hit 5737. I think I'm gonna paint some significant technical picture that I think is important, that it should help you with your trading. So the question is the Fed rug pull coming post, announcement tomorrow and Jerome Powell's presser? And so here's what we think. Here's the disclaimer. Pause it, read it. If you agree, please move forward and like and subscribe, guys. Thank you so much. I mean, we have about 1,207 subscribers. I started this channel from my previous channel back in May, and I can't believe the amount of support you guys are giving me. I don't always get it right, but this is the whole journey that we go together in trying to figure this very manipulative markets together. All right, so we're also on X.com, Galaxydoc Market, shameless plug. I put a bunch of stuff out there today regarding SMCI, so you might want to take a look at that and some commentaries on the, some of the economic numbers that came out today. All right, so I want to start with this because I think I'm getting a lot of engagement. People are talking about this. I've been talking about SMCI for about 3 weeks now. And of course, Coastal Journal, shout out to them. Very great resource for me. I think they give great analysis. Not being paid to say that, but if you're looking for a good source, I think these guys, Substack and everything else is fantastic. So, look, they missed their 10K deadline. They're probably going to get a Wells notice, okay? And so the fraud is that the reason why I put this out is back in 1999, MicroStrategy, MSTR, also rang the bell as things were getting heated and the Fed was mulling cutting rates after hiking rates. And that led to the dot-com crash. And there's some other things that came out. Check out my X.com. I've talked about that. I'm not going to go into detail there. And basically what's happening is that they voluntarily came out and said, hey, our accounting is wrong. And, they overstated sales and, a bunch of stuff that basically is fraudulent and illegal. And I think a lot of the AI space and chip makers are doing similar accounting, because when you look at the P&Ls and balance sheets, you're going to see similar type of accounting gimmickry. And so, of course, this is the law firm, I'm not going to mention them, that is doing a class action lawsuit against them. But the fact is they failed to meet the extended deadline. Okay, that's Wells notice time, folks. Nothing may happen out of this, but I think I'm going to do a little technical analysis and go over this. But, and so I said, back a couple weeks ago, is SMCI ringing the top? This is an old chart, and of course, here's the latest today, right here. We're sitting on the precipice, folks, right at this level. If we start losing that 400, which I think they will, there's a nice little gap down into the 300. But if there is, if this saga continues to go down, we're looking at these, couple hundred points coming up very quickly. The question is when, okay? Of course, that led to the ringing of the top. I talked about MCI WorldCom or MCI WorldCon and Enron followed shortly after about a year apart from them announcing. But there are more cockroaches in the mix. This is the same chart. I just wanted to mention the fact that, it's just a bigger blow-up representation. But, mind this gap down here, folks, all right? If they missed their 10K, that means they're afraid of something, and, there should be some more developments coming. Now, since they announced that accounting issues, it's been about 3 weeks. Yes, it's sold off, and it's been basing. I think it's building energy to go lower shortly, okay? Let's talk about the Fed funds rate, okay? Everyone is thinking that there's going to be more than 25 basis point, at least 25 basis point cut. I think it's already pricing in for that. Of course, Elizabeth Warren, and there's a Twitter things that are coming out. They're calling for 75 basis points. And now why would that be? When Fed starts cutting rates, and we're going to go over this, and I have it on previous video, but I'm going to go over it today in this particular video, okay? When Fed starts cutting rate, it means that they've overdone it. There is a recession coming, and there is a significant market dislocation headed our way. And we're going to be talking about that. But right now, 50 basis point is about 30%, 37% certainty. And of course, 25 is baked in at 63. Now, what happens if they don't cut? All hell's going to break loose in the market, right? The market has priced in about 5 rate cuts. And if they say, well, we got to be data dependent, blah, blah, blah. Not going to happen, folks. They pigeonhole themselves into this situation. And it's not at all bullish. And the rug pull event is coming, but not as soon as you think it is. Okay, we'll go over that. All right, so this is the chart that I want you to pay attention to. This is today. As of today, we're at about 563.68. We did hit the highs of 566.43. This level is coinciding with a potentially somewhere between 575, okay, 575 to about 600 on the SPY level, okay. This is what this top would mean, okay. And could we get it if the Fed kind of engineers a rally tomorrow? Okay. And then can we get a Fed rug pull? Okay. So that is the question. Now let's talk about this. And we talked about this in other videos. Fed pivot means that they went through a long extended period of tightening, which basically kills the economy, sends us into recession. Even if they say we're not in recession, that's what happens. And so we are now in 2024. This chart is from ElliottWave.com. They had it at 2023, but when I made this chart, it was in August 2024. We're now extending into September 18th as they pivot. Now, in my opinion, I think the pivot came during the Jackson Hole meeting in August. Okay, but we have record high inflation now reflected by the Alphabet Agency. You saw the numbers that came out today, for example, on retail sales and all these other stuff that are coming out. Basically, those numbers are doctored at this point. Okay, things are a lot worse than it really is. There's record layoffs. Big box retailers are closing. I mean, you don't have to listen to what they try to tell you that everything is fine. Just look around you. Look at your gas prices, etc. That's a topic for another day. Okay. Of course, just remember, WEF knows stuff, okay? And I think they're in on all this, but WEF is warning of shock events between now and November. And if you haven't noticed, we had another attempt at, one of the presidential candidates, right? You know what I'm talking about, okay? And then this Japanese yen crisis is not over. So what's going to happen after Fed pivots? Remember this, Fed is always late to the game. Okay, major Fed pivot analysis from 2000, 2007, and 2019 all point to a brief period of rally as people celebrate easy money coming. That world's going to go higher. Usually happens at the top into this. So this is basically rate hikes from 2022 to 2023. So the Fed has gone on a rampage of rate hike cycles, okay, as we went. From that point, we're basically way above here, right? This is 562.13. Rate cut language changed at Jackson Hole in late August. Okay, so this was the last rate cut changes, and so I was thinking even back here that this slew of rate hikes, okay, from April to May was going to lead to a market top, and so you can see how long this has extended. Okay, and you can see right here the Fed funds rate that's been happening. Okay, you can pause this and watch it. We went from basically 0% all the way to 5.5%, and now they're going to cut. We have some senators and idiots in Congress asking for even bigger cuts. Okay, bigger the cut, the more desperate they are, folks. All right, so here's basically historical analysis of the housing market crash that led to it. Here's all the cuts that happened. Here's the first pivot. Look, it basically ran up on the daily from that announcement, about 2 weeks worth of rally followed by sell-off. And then as the banks started failing, Fed started cutting. Okay, when they start stepping in and cutting, market initially perceives these events as bullish, and then what happens? You start selling off, and that is why I say, is the Fed rug pull coming? It is coming, but it's going to take a little time, so you got to be patient. Okay, and then of course it led to that Great Recession, panic cut, and until they basically supposedly fix everything, nothing is fixed in this market, folks. All right. Nothing got fixed from the financial crisis. All they've done is merge investment banks with commercial banks, and basically there you have it. And repeal Glass-Steagall Act. If you want to find out what that is, Glass-Steagall Act, go Google it. Okay. I want to remind you, sell on Rosh Hashanah and buy on Yom Kippur, especially this year, especially with Harvest Moon and all these things. You know, these people that somehow run the stock market and basically manipulate it to their liking are very lunar, numerological. Sometimes they tell you right to your faces, and this is one of them. And it always seems to happen on Jewish holidays or Muslim holidays. Okay. In 2024, this starts in October 2nd. Okay, we're on the 18th. And I believe that after Fed cuts rates, and they're going to have to, and I'm sure going to say that everything is under control, that they're going to jumpstart economy. There's something in the background. Think about the yen carry trade, the Chinese housing market implosion, all the stuff that's going on in Europe. It's not good, folks. But remember this, sell on Rosh Hashanah and buy on Yom Kippur, okay? Now, be aware that September 18th is FOMC. This is an old chart. Rate cuts are coming. I said, will it be bullish enough? This was months ago that I said. Well, it's going to be the ratetards. I call you guys ratetards. Those are pining for rate cuts into already an inflationary environment is suicide, but this is what Fed does. Okay, and on top of that, consumer demand destruction. I've beaten this to death. Okay, and then of course recession, the R word that nobody wants to talk about. If you haven't noticed the economic numbers that came out today, it was very managed. It was just enough so that basically people weren't happy about the inflationary numbers because it was inflationary, but then they're satisfied because we're not going to be going into recession. And so let's do some, before we get to the keys to FOMC, look at some technical analysis. We already showed you this top trend, uptrending line. Okay, the one that I want to talk more about though is SMCI. SMCI, folks, is ringing the bell. I mean, we have basically a diverging bearish RSI right here. Okay. It just can't get above this green line right here is ADMA. We're falling below there. And it's going to be, there's a gap down here, and there's several more gaps on this daily chart. It's pointing right between 365 to about 345. Okay. Yes, the MACD has gone over, but I think it's going to start curling over. The MACD histogram is flattening out. CCI has come off the negative levels, and now it's having a hard time getting above the neutral zone. And so stochastic has signaled a rally, and that's what this rally was about. And of course, we had the bullish PPO ADX. The question is this going to continue? Are we going to rally here based on these negative news? Are they going to become exonerated? That's the only way I could see them going, but I just don't see how these are going to be. Usually there's one or two stocks that's going to ring the bell at the top, and I believe SMCI is it. Let's look at SMCI on the weekly real quick. All right, weekly is bearish. I mean, there's nothing bullish about this. RSI is losing momentum. The biggest sell volume, obviously increasing selling volume as we come in. We found some support right into this area, but I think we're gonna, if we lose this bracketed area, that box, we're coming straight down into this 250. That's not too far away. Here's the 200-day moving average right here, folks. All right. If you want more analysis on this, you got to join my group or just message me on the x.com. I'll try to help as much as I can, what I'm thinking. Then gold is telling us something. This is the weekly. As I make this, it was on track. Okay. We're pulling back a little bit right into this Bollinger Band. Are we going to start doing my phase 4 parabolic? I mean, it's just basically, it's ready to go, folks. MACD is basically positive and bullish. Okay. Gold is telling you something is drastically wrong, and it's happening. PPO ADX is bullish, and we have accumulation occurring. And then, of course, we have a directional change, which is going to signal higher move, higher. Okay, so that's what we have. Basically, I think it's going to start trending towards the upper trend line as we go. And the keys to FOMC is the following. After FOMC in the next maybe 5 to 10 days, will we touch the 575 to 585? Consequently, the breach and touch and failure at that upper trend line always signifies recession, folks. Okay, we're expecting 25 basis point cut. Anything above 25 will signal Fed policy error, but the markets will celebrate it for about a week or two. And then we go into recession. Okay, we're looking for post-rate cut release, rally to the upper long-term bullish trend line. That's what I've been talking about. Okay, 575, 585, 600, 5 to 7 days. Then sell off as the market realizes recession is real. Probably all this shit's going to happen all the way through the election if we actually have one. Remember, sell on Rosh Hashanah and buy on Yom Kippur. This year it's in October 2 to 11. And bounces will be sharp. Patience is key. Bottom's not in yet, folks. We're going to take at least that much out. It's coming. You got to be patient. History rhymes. Let it play out. Of course, SMCI is ringing the top. Okay. Volatility will expand. We're down in 1617 level. It will be expanding higher. Now, today's sell-off in the market a little bit after hitting the all-time highs is just a technical pullback and a big bear trap, folks. Okay, in my opinion. My strategy is this. Long-dated puts, SPY ES, gold calls, VIX calls, SMCI puts. Watch the JPY US dollars. We have a whole slew of other watch lists. You're going to have to inquire about joining our membership for that one. All right, so follow us at Galaxydoc Market. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope this helps. Like us, share us, and above all, comment good and bad. Okay, I know I took some flack about the Restoration Hardware. That stock is a bitch. All right. But I'm telling you, there's something doesn't jive there fundamentally. And if you guys want to comment on that, we'll keep at it. Okay. And subscribe, obviously. If you want to learn about working with me, coach, email me at coachbrandon@protonmail.com and subscribe and do all that kind of stuff. If you have any questions, this is where you want to email me or post a message on YouTube or at the x.com. I'm not going to show you guys our positions. Okay, really, I think I already give away a lot. That should be enough. For those of you that saying, "Oh, you're supposed to do this and that." No, I'm not going to do that. Uh, that's just going above and beyond. That's not fair to our members. But anyways, I thank you so much for watching and listening, and good luck. Don't get too jumpy either way, to the long side or to the short side. Be patient, folks. All right, bye bye.